Hey, today we're going to talk about the stone known as garnet. Apologies, I don't have a piece of garnet with me today, but you'll often find it in the colors of red, orange, green, pink, and black. And it's often found in places like India, Sri Lanka, Brazil, Madagascar, United States, Russia, Namibia, Tanzania. I've said this before and I'll say it again, you can still work with a crystal even if you don't have its physical self in your presence. You can work with it through visualization, also through other methods of art as well. Now, the speed at which it vibrates, it would be what we would call moderate to high on the scale. Now, the chakra or the center points that this stone is often associated with is things like the root, the sacral, the heart, and the crown. Now, if you're wishing to cleanse this crystal, as with many crystals, it's important to cleanse them. The types of methods that you can use to cleanse this crystal are things like smoke, the moon, sound, the earth, rice, and other crystals. Now, the elements that it's most associated with is fire and earth. Planets it is most associated with is Mars, Pluto, and Saturn. Now, the astrological archetypes in Western astrology that it's most associated with is Aries, Leo, Capricorn, and Aquarius. Now, the physical aspects of the body that this may assist you with are things like blood circulation, the heart, detox, general health and libido, and inflammatory diseases. Now, I'd like to remind you, I'm not a medical practitioner. I'm saying that the stone may assist with those things. Now, the emotional and mental aspects that this stone often works with is things like courage, willpower, confidence, depression, emotional balance, and commitment. It's often considered a very good stone for learning how to commit to projects or people when you often struggle to do so. And then the metaphysical aspects of garnet are things like protection, achievement of goals, recharging your aura, aligning your subtle bodies, and also working with the Kundalini energy within your body. Now, in ancient Egypt, they used it in amulets, and they often would bury people had jewelry made out of garnet as well, and they often carried this belief that garnet would help guide the dead safely through the afterlife. Now, the Romans, they often carved on the stone symbols. You know, they created like signet rings almost, in which they could seal documents. So they had the stone, they carved it, and if they put it on things like hot wax or other hot objects, then they would then be able to carry it on a ring onto the bit of paper and seal the document. Now, in some of the ancient Hindu philosophy, they would often associate the stone with the Vedic Mars, and it was often worn to increase strength and also remove obstacles. Now, in Native American tribes, some of them believed that garnet would help ground in spiritual power into the physical reality. And in many African tribes, they would use garnet for protection and also accessing ancestral guidance. So yes, if you've got a piece of garnet, let me know what color it is. What do you like to use it for? It's an interesting stone. Like, it's often not a stone that's like really shiny in its surface. It's usually kind of rough in its surface, and I haven't worked with it much myself, but should I come across it, I'm very open to it. I can also create some art with a picture of it as well if I wanted to at some point. So yeah, any questions, leave that in the comment section below, and we'll see you again soon.